If y'all want to look, y'all friends like calling black people niggers.
322
y'all
of me.
love calling people niggers too, because y'all friends like calling people niggers, so I hope y'all love that shit.
Go ahead and show me on scene. No, turn.
Be quiet and not fucking open your mouth. I don't want to hear nobody else.
Yeah, what's up, dude?
We okay?
What do you mean?
I mean, they have our IDs. I just don't like. He's bringing back with him. Like.
Well, he told you to stand by.
No, I know. I just want to ask if it was okay. Thank
I'm
you.
not sure.
No, I appreciate y'all so much.
So I know you guys are wanting to leave, but at this point we can't let you leave, okay? Because he's still investigating what happened. All right. So you know who said the? You know who was saying this thing?
I don't know. Like they just like walked up and just
Honestly,
said.
it was like
Who said the
Neither
word?
people that we were with,
We do not.
and
Okay.
Officer.
In order
I
for you
didn't
guys
know
to, if you, well, you just said that you know the people who said it up in the house.
We do not know.
So if you know who, I
I
can
mean,
let
I
you
don't
leave
know,
if you
like,
tell me who it was.
Officer. Neither of us knew who did it.
Okay.
We were just like walking.
I know,
like,
but you were involved. You were in.
No,
you
yeah,
were
we were
involved.
involved.
I can't let you guys.
No,
leave.
yeah,
Understandable, yeah.
You're not in any trouble right now.
Yeah.
But we gotta have everybody stay here. So
Yeah, you're good. You're good for it. I just want to ask why.
Yeah.
and my friend literally can't right now. Like she doesn't have a job. Like she can't.
Sound like there's a whole lot of yelling going on, so.
She can sit down though if she feels uncomfortable seeing. She looks like she's standing by me.
I'm sorry. Like,
What's that?
I
I have night blindness and I actually can't see anything. But it's fine.
As long as y'all are good.
as long as yeah.
We just need to know what happened. Okay? Obviously, some words were said.
Yeah,
Okay.
if I could tell
If it
you.
wasn't you guys,
It was not us.
I promise you, officer. I promise.
They just like walked up and said that someone said the word, and we had no clue who said the word. Just someone did. And
We walked by.
But like I knew it was
Where are you
somebody
guys
in the
coming
house.
from tonight?
I knew it was somebody in the house.
okay. Where are you coming from?
I'm going back to.
Where are you coming from?
Yeah.
Like downtown area?
Midtown.
Okay. Yep. So you guys are walking back?
Yeah.
Which way did you
But
take
like,
home?
even
the
in
main street.
Boston, like I just
Away from the City Hall and like
Down Broadway.
down Broadway and then like over and then there's
the funny thing is, like, I was literally talking to these girls and now they're very overwhelmed by what apparently was said and being said. That's why I'm so
and then you
able to talk to them because they'll recognize me and I don't know. I mean,
I will
I'm sorry.
I will walk over to you. Because like, this is not something I want on. I'll be honest with you, this is not okay.
yeah.
Like what was said was not okay.
I'd be upset if I were them too.
No, it
I
wasn't us. Like,
I just don't know who said it.
comparison at all, but like my
Somebody
friend,
like
It's
rode
John's
by.
job to do
It's
this.
fucking Mizzou. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
no, like I know this
I
is
appreciate
comparison, but like my brother is highly disabled.
Hey, wait.
Hello, how are y'all tonight?
Hey, you should close that door, honestly.
Just
talking inside.
I swear, y'all, I'm not gonna harm him. He's okay. If you have any authority over everyone living in here, please, can you just try it for the rest of them?
I think I talked to you before, dude.
Yeah,
Right. So, really making things any better right now. I don't know entirely what's going on at this point. Apparently some words were exchanged that weren't acceptable. Okay. But we need to keep the drunkards inside.
I mean, everybody was out sober. We just heard a fight happen out front, and everybody started watching.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, yeah, I'll address it in the fight. I will address it.
Okay.
Now, an incident occurred. We were talking to this officer. He was handling it. They decided to open windows and start yelling things that were inappropriate. Therefore, if you yell something that's inappropriate, I'm going to correct you if you or him or nobody else does. So that's why I came up here. I'm not up here to start an argument with nobody. I want to have a conversation because clearly enough educational conversations are not occurring with the people here at the University of Missouri. Now, I may not know who I am or may not know the connections that I have, but I will shut all this shit down. Do you like simple?
Okay.
So, and it's no disrespect to you all. I'm not out here anti-police, none of that, because I know the stereotypes and jobs that everybody loves to have. What I'm saying is that in a Greek organization as well.
Listen to me.
So,
it matters not to me who your connections are.
okay,
or who
I
you
understand.
are,
I understand that, but I want you to understand why this is transpiring.
Listen.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, right now you're trespassing on their property.
He told me that I could come up
down
here
there.
and speak to him.
Okay.
So he gave
Well,
me
if you're
permission, so
speaking
therefore
with
that's
him,
not trespassing.
you need to lower your voice.
But as an officer,
Okay.
you're supposed to.
You need to lower your voice.
I know, you're upset.
We're trying to talk here and you're yelling.
I'm sorry? Can you come here and speak with me, please, so we can get off their property?
I want to finish talking to him first.
Okay,
and then
you'll come down there
and
and
then
speak
we'll
with
come
me?
down and talk to you. Yeah, no problem. But let's just try to keep everybody inside. Okay.
Shut the windows.
Tell them to shut the windows. I mean, if you want to watch, fine. Everybody can watch.
If there's 4 cars with lights on the front of the house, so I mean,
Yeah, I know
you
everybody's
can't,
gonna watch. I get it.
Especially
Okay.
we have not had a good semester so far. Freak out with that shit. I don't know what else to do. These guys.
Well, right now I don't know what involvement, if any.
No, this is. I know. That's what I'm saying.
Just, we don't need more and
We
more
haven't had a
people
good-
coming out and all that stuff. Okay. So.
So that's what I did. I understand that. We're gonna
Okay.
we're gonna get her down. We're
That's
getting her
fine.
down.
I told her I'd come talk with her.
Okay,
again. Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet you. It's my understanding that somebody in this house has addressed to some of my court as niggers. That's what I'm understanding?
Okay.
Which is a hate crime, to my understanding. Granted, if there's freedom of speech, but yeah, it's hate speech. Regardless, they need to be controlled because that's provoking.
Yeah.
Granted, we're on their property, but they're still provoking.
Yeah.
And we wouldn't be here.
We didn't have any.
And the issue that we were having a second ago here, we're trying to talk. I was trying to get the president out here to help control his guys because we don't need more and more of them flowing out here. It's only going to escalate the
I
situation.
understand that. That's why I told you to
Let
go
me finish
downstairs.
speaking, please.
Okay. Go.
Okay. And then you came up and you continued to raise your voice, which only elevates them worse. Okay.
Because they didn't spend the whole fucking 5 minutes yelling at me. No, I'm going downstairs.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I'm listening.
She started acting like that.
I mean, she's
So-
provoked. So,
Hang on.
And it's a problem. No, I don't get no fuck about
I'm sorry. Continue.
So, we wanted all those hooligans to go inside.
Right.
Because they're going to come out here and just provoke things
Right.
worse than it needs to be, okay? Didn't know how many people were involved with the conversation that she was having, and that was fine, okay? But once she started elevating her voice and making things worse, so I said, go ahead and get off of here, okay? Until we could get those non-involved and who don't matter in this house inside. Get the president out, the executive board, the ones who can control what's going on. So that's what I was trying to do. So, and I mean, she's upset at me about that, and that, that's fine. I get it. But yeah, we don't want a ton of them coming out because they're gonna come out and cause even more problems. You guys are already upset. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
So they're just going to come out and make it worse because I guarantee 60% of them are wasted right now, and all they want to do is provoke and cause problems. So yeah, so they're just trying to get the president out here and talk with him, and see what's going on. So yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna get them. There's really not gonna be much getting them. As far as who is their president?
I don't remember his name. It'll all go in our report with the information.
And now, how are we doing this report?
I'm not sure who even the primary officer is at this point. I think Officer Clifford. So yeah, I mean, I'm a late arrival on here. I pulled up and people were walking up the stairs and people were pouring out the door. So that's why I came up here.
Okay. Do you think you can get for any of them to speak with, or for me to speak with?
Absolutely.
It'll be me. Okay, no.
They're one of their members wants to talk to you. She's being peaceful about it, so yeah. Just go ahead and close the door. I don't understand why this got turned on us. We weren't and who was the dude who was out here talking with the other girl earlier?
I have
he had a yellow shirt on, maybe.
Can we just go inside?
I'm not gonna. We're gonna step over here. They don't have to be over here. I'm not going. Okay. It's to my understanding, and I got called out. There's someone in your house. I don't know how many people have called them out of their name. Have called them niggers.
That just wouldn't happen. Like we have African American members. Like that's just not a thing that our members would do. Like there's 4 officers. Like now there's 7 cars outside. Our members are gonna throw their windows up and wonder what's going on.
And I understand, but they're also, even when I approached.
Just talk normal.
Yeah, even when I approached, there were things being slurred out the window, which I understand. I don't know. I mean, it's about to be homecoming week. I just everybody's college students. I don't know what's going on, but my job is to keep them safe. It's your job is to protect them, which I completely and totally understand. There's no reason for them to lie, and the reason that they're upset is because of what happened. And that doesn't give them a right to come up here and scream and then yell and then escalate situations, but that also doesn't give them a right to hang out the window. But like you said, there's 7 police cars outside. They're obviously going to look down and try to see what's going on. My concern is if people can be identified, you're going to need to handle those situations with those members, but this is going to be all over tomorrow. And they're going to make a statement with the police. So what I'm suggesting to you is you figure out who it was, and they need to issue some sort of apology, but also realize that you need to prepare yourself as well because it's going down.
Okay, but one thing we also need to understand here is we are not entirely sure, okay, if the person that said whatever was said on the street actually came to this house. Okay.
But we are sure of how they reacted. I'm still catching up on.
You can't
right now they're being like
4 at the time officers outside our house, and we've not had a good semester at all when it comes to student probation and student conduct, that if 4 police officers are outside our house with their lights on, every member in this house, including myself, is grabbed in the hallway and said, "What's going out the window?
Right.
Are we
Correctly,
screwed?"
so, like, what's going
and that's
on?
what happens. I mean, I don't know who yelled. I really don't know. I do not believe it happened from these windows from our house, because like our members, like, we're a very diverse house. That doesn't happen. Like, I mean, we've never had an issue with that ever in our life.
I won't go as far to say it doesn't happen because you can't control how people were raised and what they're taught when they're raised. But I will say that as a.
She's saying down there, she's saying it was a different fraternity.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I mean, your members are laying.
They're being controlled by the police down here. I'm having a conversation with your president.
And dude, all that stuff is being recorded. She asked to talk to the president, so
For sure.
the initial claim was that from some people down there, that one of the person that said whatever to them that pissed them off ran into this house. We have other people saying no, they ran up the street. Another one saying they ran down there.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I just overheard.
We got to talk to everybody. I just, that whole ordeal that started up here with the other girl yelling and getting people riled up.
That's what we heard. Like, we saw stuff was going on.
She is wanting to have a nice, peaceful conversation.
I mean, it's all. I mean, it's literally all peace here. Like,
so
there's no one's going to be upset with
Everyone just wants to know what's going on.
Yeah, like
no
one
one's
being malicious about it at all. We thought something happened, like car accident, or someone got like in trouble or something. Like
somebody said, did some hate speech towards this group, and I mean that's what went down.
Yeah.
And happened right here, basically in front of your guys' house. At least that's where it all got riled up at. So.
I mean,
so you can tell your members that.
Yeah, definitely.
And like I said, there was a claim that the person came in here, so we got to check on it.
Definitely.
And
I mean, you're here. I mean, you guys are here like for. I mean, you're here for them. You're here.
And then I get everybody wants to look, but there was a little too much chattering and yelling going on. So,
definitely. Well, I mean, you can imagine how like the guys out there have no clue. They're like,
I know you guys have been in a rough spell.
Like seven
this is a commotion.
Everyone's
to get eyes on it.
I've never seen 7 cop cars like all with like
ever.
On,
No,
like,
this is the first time I've ever seen this. Like.
Well, fortunately and unfortunately, we're right in the middle of where there's 2 shifts on. So that's why.
Okay. Gotcha.
So we had kind of a.
So there's double the amount of officers on duty right now.
Gotcha.
So, and when one of them says, "Hey, I need more people,"
and
then everybody's gonna show up.
Oh yeah. Better than an under response for sure.
It is. Sometimes.
Yeah, this is quite a crowd you got to control.
It's a bad picture. So, do what?
What?
The part of the crowd that you're control. Don't speak that way. I understand, but they're upset. And rightfully so, as you would be if you felt that you were called out your name and you weren't sure who did it. Just understand that they have a right to be upset.
We understand.
Yeah, we're talking about it.
We're talking to him.
Got it. Okay. So.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
So.
Right to be
So at this, at this point right now, I mean, you guys as a house, I mean, at least from the knowledge I have, are not in trouble. I mean,
I
don't know if you guys saw. I mean, I was a late arrival. I was standing down there, and I saw people coming up, people coming out. So I walked up here. So I'm still a little kind of out in the clouds myself right now.
I woke up hearing like people going at it on the street, so that's why I was like, "What's outside?" I looked outside and all this.
So.
Yeah.
So I guess what are the steps of like just getting it to dissipate? You guys just ask them like, hey, can you get off the sidewalk, or how does that work? I guess.
Well, if they're on the sidewalk,
so they can't do it for sure. My bad.
That's that. Now, I mean, once they step up onto your property, I mean, if you want them to leave,
of course.
I mean, it's it becomes a trespassing issue at that point.
Cool.
So right now, I don't even know who the lead officer is right now.
Yeah.
So he's trying to figure out what he's figuring out.
No worries.
Hopefully we can get people dissipated and sent off. Did that ambulance stop?
I believe it kept going.
I know you would like to have the cop cars out.
Oh yeah, I mean it's just attention, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and
we don't want attention, we don't want
there was
anything to
crowds
do
of
with
people
that.
over
We don't
there,
want
you
any
know, I mean,
spotlight on us at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Me too.
Yeah, sorority's already putting a spotlight on us. We don't want that.
Yeah.
Tell them it was an issue that happened in the street,
Yep.
Yeah.
and it just happened to me in front of your house.
Yeah, it just looks
Yeah.
bad right there, you know.
So is there a way that like you get your guys' like police statement?
What's Thank you for speaking with her on a calm level.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I didn't hear the last part of the conversation. Hopefully,
She's going down to talk to Clifford.
made a little ease in her mind of some sort.
Kind of.
Um,
I think what another thing I heard was, I guess, whenever something was going on down there, someone was playing music out the window, and it just was adding to the chaos.
Well, I mean, we had a speaker in the hallway. All the guys were hanging out. There's a speaker in the middle of the hallway, like blaring. So when those windows got thrown open, it
probably
right.
Yeah.
And
I
mean,
that probably.
I mean, these we're just the scrutiny we're under right now with what's happened this semester. Like, I mean, our guys are gonna freak out with that. We're on audit watch.
Oh yeah,
24/7.
we're on watch 24/7.
Well, like we get audited by the IFC. It's a Citadel comes in, tours the house, looks for hard alcohol and other things not allowed.
okay.
So you guys' house?
No, it's Jacob right here.
Okay. I will get rid of this one.
I can go get you a new one if you.
Oh no, I thought this was a different incident,
Yeah.
and I didn't know
Yeah.
if he was still here or not.
Alright. Yeah, I don't know.
So
what
what's
to say
your
right
title?
now, man.
Actually, if you don't mind getting us a card.
Yeah, how many do you need? 3?
Just 2. Because me and Officer Clifford are the 2 male officers on second shift that are kind of in charge of fraternity. So, like how last year we had Greek squad.
Yeah.
This year we don't have Greek squad, but there's a couple officers in our shift that are going to be in charge of, like, if you guys need presentations or whatever.
Oh, okay.
We kind of took the initiative to do that, so just so we know who to
I'll go
contact if
grab
we need to. Sure.
It is to my understanding, however, that when they were having the conversation with the 2 women who did say it to them, it is at that moment, obviously, like you said, your men are going to fling their windows open to see what's going on because of all the things that you have going on. It then started to become them recording them as if there was something to record. Then I guess somebody started blasting music. They started screaming to see people of color, and it just became a provoking situation, which is why we're here. Which is because they feel provoked. And obviously, you're going to look out the window to see what's going on, but I think it's the provoking, which is why the reason that we're on these steps, and then the fact that we still don't know the 2 women in which made the slurs.
Okay. So we're at a peaceful resolution here right now, I think.
As far as with them,
Yeah.
No, I'll give you one.
like
Oh, thank you.
there's I mean,
Yeah. And again,
I don't.
me and
2?
yeah,
I really don't think
me, like I said, me and Officer Clifford just.
I
the
think
provoking was intentional.
on second
I mean,
shift,
they were saying they were blasting. They've got speakers up in their hallway,
So if you
and
guys
they all threw their windows
presentations
open.
or have any
And yeah, I mean, obviously that does provoke stuff, but
hopefully get
I mean, it's the instance in it
Can you give me just a quick one?
being at the moment. It's the instances in being recorded. It's the instances of it made feel like
I mean, but that's just
Day and
gonna
age-
happen when
day and age
there's
of the cell
more
phone.
officers. I mean, like our group meeting. That's the reason I knew. Like people are throw the phone out, they're gonna take full pictures.
No, and
They
it's
don't
to
know
my
what's going
understanding that
on
the
out
police were
there.
called
But
to
if
quiet
there's,
down.
I mean, someone's over. You can't call it provoking if our guys just.
Well, I mean, like
taking
the
pictures
screaming
on
out the window.
I
The
just.
screaming out the window, et cetera,
I mean,
and
I
so
was.
forth.
Then they started shouting.
I mean,
And
I was
that's-
up there. I don't know.
I think that would
Speaker came
have
on,
happened
you
outside
understand that was
anyhow.
already. When windows came on, the speaker's gonna go out the window. That was playing. I mean, we're all just hanging out on top. That's it.
Yeah. So.
I think that Officer Clifford would have a better understanding as to where we're going to go from here with regards to what happened.
Yeah, probably he's talked to a whole lot
Yeah,
more people.
because he's going to understand exactly what happened with regards to it. We still need to figure out and get descriptions of the 2 women who said the slurs due to the hate speech.
So it didn't come from the house?
It was 2 women that said it, and then
Okay.
once they were educating the 2 women on why that was wrong and stopped them with a group of people, that's when it started the back and
Okay.
forth. That's which is to my understanding, which I already apologized to Austin for just my, like I said, with regards to what's going on here, like I said, that's kind of in the hands of Officer Clifford as far as you all. I mean, I'm not going to tell you how to preside over everyone, but this obviously isn't a good look with everybody who's outside, and stories can be extremely and totally misconstrued. But I definitely would have a talk with your members as far as to provoking, because obviously you said you guys have a lot of going on this semester, and this isn't a good look, especially with the timing and especially with what happened.
Yeah. And
last year.
I think it would have been the same in front of any house, honestly.
But what I'm saying is it needs, if it happens in front of any house, and it's a discussion that needs to happen in IFC, PHA, whoever, it doesn't matter. But if it's going to be provoking, especially in a situation where they were in a position to
I just don't believe that we provoked something that happened on our sidewalk when our members just want to know what's going on and make sure it's not affecting us. All the windows come open and photos come out. I just don't believe that that's provoking when our members are worried about our own integrity. It wasn't on our property. I mean,
no, I
it's just our bad luck that our house views the business school and not towards Greektown.
No,
people
and
walking by maybe would have walked past, and that's just
I
our
understand
luck.
that, and it's not
our members would.
It's not the cameras that are coming out. We live in a society today where cameras are, like, you expect that. You expect cameras, you expect Snapchat, you expect Twitter. It's the calling back and forth that is considered the provoking. I'm not going to accuse or come down on your members because of them wanting to know what's going on in the street with all that you said you have going on this semester. However, when things start to fly open, music is blasting out, and there's calling back and forth going on, that's what I am going to say that's provoking. Granted, this is your sidewalk and this is your property, but, like, what's the point of calling back and forth? If anything, if you're truly trying to figure out what's going on the same way I did, I would have came out here and been like, what's going on? Why is this on our property? Okay, I don't know what you all have going on, but can you remove yourself? Because then now it's...
But nobody was on our property. We can't walk out on that public sidewalk and ask you guys to leave because no one was on our property.
Okay.
I was watching that from the window, and that's why I watched from the window, not to walk out here and provoke people. And that's what happens when the door opens. That's why officers came up worried about us, obviously, wondering what's going on.
So that's everybody in general.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. We can't do anything, and that's why we watch from our windows when you're on a public sidewalk.
And as far as the calling back and forth?
I just don't understand why members do that. I don't believe they would. Like I told you
before. But you were there, so I mean.
I was there, and our members weren't yelling.
So Mizzou people of color, none of that was said.
I wouldn't understand why members say that when we have that diversity in our house. That would like.
I mean, I understand that, but like I said, you can't control everyone.
Okay. Well,
I said I'm glad. I'm happy you're taking this video.
I'd say for right now.
I mean, we're gonna escort ourselves off their property.
Up here, good. I think maybe, would you guys have like a weekly or monthly like meeting where presidents
it just happened
and all that stuff?
Today.
We have an IFC meeting Thursday.
I mean, the IFC president wasn't present in the president's council meeting today because he had prior obligations. But the meeting that happened between presidents as far as IFC, PHA, MPHC, MSA, GPC, so on and so forth happened today.
Okay. Yeah, I think for right now, it'd probably be best to basically sleep on it, and then once everybody's had a little bit of time to fully think everything through, let him do his checking, us find out more, you find out more from your people, and and then have some sort of communication chat outside of this. So because it's drawing a crowd now, and so you cool with that? I mean, I got his info.
I mean, you have his info.
And Clifford's going to have it, too.
I'm going to go down and see Officer Clifford.
So whatever Clifford's got
really
going on, I mean, we'll let him wrap that stuff up. But I think for now, these guys go inside.
Well, thank you for coming.
For having peaceful conversation.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's why I came. Obviously, if I'm not in the situation, I'm not going to be at a heightened
level. Some people are a little too heightened to have rational thought and conversation. So,
all right.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
There's that one.
For sure.
Shoot me an email if you got any questions. I work 9 at night, 7 in the morning. I'll be on through Friday, Friday night.
Okay.
So, I don't expect to need to talk to you guys anymore tonight.
Okay,
So,
for sure.
but yeah. All right.